Hello, my darlings. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're all doing fine. I hope today has been a great day. I am also fine myself. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to another episode on my live session. I hope you're all fine. My name is Elizabeth Akiniyi, and what I have to talk about today is kind of interesting. It is something that will help liberate a lot of people. Today I'm going to talk general. I'm going to talk general relationship, not only relationship between a man and a woman or between married couples. Today I'm going to talk about general relationship. And what I'm going to tell you today is going to help free you from the clutters on carrying the weight of people's expectations, always living up to people's expectations. It will free you from carrying the heavy weight of fixing other people's problem. And it will also save you from carrying the excess weight of seeking people's validation and approval. So that is what I'm talking about today. So the topic for today is you are not responsible for people's feeling. The way to set boundaries without guilt. I say it again, you're not responsible for people's feeling. So that is what I'll be talking about today. And the sole reason for today's episode is basically one word: freedom. Today is a day of freedom. It is meant to bring you freedom. So that's the essence of today's class, to liberate you from the ways you're carrying so that you'll be able to maximize your potential. So that is what we'll be talking about today. So let's begin. You know, when we carry the weight of other people's responsibilities, sometimes we take more than we can actually carry, especially if the people we are taking responsibility for, they are our loved ones. We want to be responsible for their happiness. We want to be responsible to living up to their expectations. When they expect us to do something, we want to always make sure we do it. We want to be responsible for fixing people's feelings, fixing people's problem. And sometimes this weight can become so much that it becomes exhausting. It becomes quite draining. One thing I want you to understand is that if you decide to take on the weight of meeting up to people's expectations, carrying the weight of actually solving their problems, I tell you, it will never stop. It won't stop as long as you are alive and you are taking up the responsibility of fixing other people's problem, living up to other people's expectation, finding it very difficult to say no. It will not stop. And you can't live your life trying to please everybody. You can't please everybody. You can only do your best and leave the rest. You can't live for everybody, trying to make everybody happy. I can just imagine trying to make everybody pleased with you, trying to do things that will displease you to please them. It's a way of being miserable. I see it as a way of being miserable. You don't have to live your life like that. So, and if you decide you are going to take up the responsibility to try to fix everybody, to try to fix people's happiness, to try to fix people's problem, to live up to their expectations and their approval, you will carry on the responsibility and you will carry on an heavy weight. And every weight that becomes so heavy that it begins to block your potential and it begins to block your ability to grow. You won't be able to grow as you ought to, because the time you're supposed to use to focus on yourself, you will use it on other people. And by the time you finish helping them solve their problem or making them happy, you have little or no energy left for yourself. And in that way, that little energy you have for yourself might not be enough to solve all your problems, to focus on your own growth, to focus on your own happiness. And that's another way to be miserable. So that is what I don't want for you. I don't want such for you. So I am here today to make you understand that you are not responsible for people's feelings. You don't have to be a people's pleaser. If people are going to like you, they will like you. People are not going to like you. They are not going to like you. It's that simple. It's not about you. So like I said earlier, the purpose of today's class is to bring you freedom, is to bring you liberation so that you can maximize your potential. So we have get to where we are talking now. So what are the things you're not responsible for? So I'll be sharing some few points with you, and I hope you will take note of this. And if you find yourself in any of these shoes, Madam, Oga, like we will put it in a pidgin English in Nigeria, Madam, Oga, meaning ladies and gentlemen, please stop. Please stop, stop and focus on yourself. So the first thing you are not responsible for, you are not responsible for other people's feeling. So that's the first thing you're not responsible for. People will always have feelings. People will always feel one way or the other. It's not your responsibility. The way people feel about you or the way people feel about yourself is not yours to carry. It's not yours to worry why they feel the way they feel. People will always have feelings. People will always have feelings, whether good or bad, based on the condition of things that happen around them or based on their environment. So it's not your problem if anybody decides to feel happy, anybody decides to feel sad, anybody decides to feel angry or mad. It is not yours to carry. It is not yours to change. You can be kind to some people, you can be nice to some people, you can be loving to some people, but they will still decide to feel hurt by the good things you do for them. It is not about you, but it's about them. You don't have to take it personal. You don't have to go extra mile to make them happy. If they are not happy, they are not happy with themselves. They need to check themselves. You don't have to take up that responsibility and say you have to make them happy. It is not your responsibility. Because when you take up responsibility for other people's happiness, you will engage in activities that will lead to people's pleasing, because you will always do things to please them, to displease yourself. And you will waste your time and energy on things that you should let go of. You will waste it on things that are not important. And you will hold on to things that you are not supposed to hold on to, wasting your time and energy on things that are not relevant. And most of the time, some people that do these things, they do these things because they are afraid that the day they say no, those people are going to leave them. And they don't want them to leave. They feel that by saying no, they will be hurt and disappointed. And that way they will leave them. They won't want them to leave. I tell you today, telling them no is the best thing you can do for them, because you are helping them by telling them no. Because when you don't tell them no, they will become emotionally dependent upon you. They will always look up to you for their source of happiness. They won't have that liberty to be able to have that emotional independence by themselves. So what happens if you're not around? What happens if you're not around? When you're not around to be there for them, to make them happy, how do they want to feel? So it's not your responsibility. By taking responsibility for other people's happiness, you are incapacitating them. You are hurting them rather than helping them. Because to you, what you are doing, you might think it is actually good, but at the end of the day, it is going to hurt them more, because they will always be dependent on you. And at the same time, you won't have that time yourself. The time you are using to fix their pain, you are using to fix their bad mood, you should use it to focus on yourself, to make yourself happy. By the time you use all your time and energy on them, trying to make them happy, you come back to yourself. You have little or no less energy on yourself, and you won't be able to work on yourself to make yourself better. So you can see it both ways. It is hurtful. It is not a good thing at all. So if you're in this kind of a shoe, trying to always fix people's feelings, trying to be responsible for other people's feelings, you need to stop it. You are not responsible for other people's feeling. What other people feel is not yours to carry. So that's the first thing. The second thing you are not responsible for, you are not responsible to fixing other people's problem. People will always have challenges. People will always have problems. You can offer support. You can offer a shoulder to cry on, but don't offer them solution. It is their right and their responsibility to look for solutions to their problems. You can give them advice. but don't give them the solution. Because by giving them the solution, becoming a problem solver all the time, like I said it before, you incapacitate them. You make them weak. You don't give them the ability to evolve. You don't give them the ability to grow. You make them weak. You make them feeble-minded. And sometimes you make them irresponsible, because whenever there's a problem, they will always believe that there's nothing they can do about it. Oh, I have to call this person will solve my problem for me. What if the person is busy? What if the person is going through a very difficult time and you expect that person to solve your problems for you? This is what happens when you don't allow other people to solve their problems by themselves. You make them dependent upon you. It is it's not a good thing to do. You incapacitate them. And I see this in what some parents do to their children. They want to solve every problem their children have. They believe that they have to be the one to take responsibility for everything going on in the child of their life. Fine, it might look good at the beginning, but such a parent is trying to create a weak and irresponsible adult. Because by the time they grow up to become adult, they become dependent on their parents. They believe that my mom is there, my dad is there, they will always call them whenever there's a problem. When there's a problem at work, they will call their parents for solution. When there's problem in their marriage, they will call their parents for solution. If they're having problems with the kid, they will call their parents for solution. They don't have the capacity to think for themselves, because their brain has been incapacitated and they've been made to believe that all their problems will be solved once this person appears. That is not how it's supposed to be. It is not supposed to be that way. Human beings are made to be independent. We are not made to be dependent on each other. No, we are meant to have an interdependent relationship, not a dependent relationship or a codependent relationship. It is not LD at all. So you're not responsible for fixing other people's problem. You can offer the support, but don't give them the solution. Know the difference between support and solution. So the third thing you are not responsible for, you are not responsible for the way people treat you. Wow. You are not responsible for how people treat you, my dear. If people decide to treat you bad, it is not your fault. I repeat it again. If people decide to treat you bad, it is not your fault. So when somebody treats you bad and you feel upset and you feel kind of angry, sometimes you might feel sad, please take it off. Especially if that person happens to be a loved one and you begin to look at it that, why did they treat me this way? Why did they treat me this way? And you begin to feel responsible for the way they treat you. Wake up from that slumber and understand that it is not your fault they decided to treat you that way. People will treat you the way they want to treat you. It's not about you. It is not about them. It is not your fault that you have an abusive partner. It's not your fault you have a narcissistic partner that really hurts you, that maltreats you, that treats you like trash. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you have abusive parents. It's not your fault you have parents that will emotionally blackmail you or emotionally neglect you or verbally abuse you. It is not your fault. So why do you have to take the responsibility of trying to fix it? Why do you have to believe that how do I put it? That if you behave in a very nice way, then they will treat you better. I tell you, that is an unrealistic wish. They won't treat you better. They will treat you the way they've been treating you, because the way they treat you is the way they see themselves. And because of the way they see themselves, they are disgusted with themselves and frustrated. They will take out their frustration on you. And you are the victim. You are the victim. And you will start thinking, oh, maybe if I behave better, maybe if I did this in another way, they would love me. If they don't love you, they won't love you. It's not about you, but it's about them. You don't have to manage someone's bad behavior. You don't have to condone anybody's bad behavior to keep them in your life. I repeat this again. You don't have to manage or condone anybody's bad behavior to keep them in your life. So you need to understand it. People will treat you the way they want to treat you. It and most time is more about them, how they see themselves than you. So you're not responsible. Don't take responsibility for what is not yours. No matter what they say, no matter how they treat you, it is not yours to take. It's about them. They need the fixing. You are not the one that needs the fixing. And if then they don't realize that they need fixing, it is not yours to take up the case and say, I need to fix them or I need to behave better. It is not your responsibility. So let's go to the next one. What's it the fourth thing you are not responsible for? You are not responsible for seeking other people's approval. I beg. Let me put it this way. Let me say it this way. I beg you in the name of God. Don't seek other people's approval. Your approval comes in within of you, not from another external source. You are responsible for your validation, not anybody approving you. So you don't have to put in so much effort. You don't have to put in so much power for people to approve of you. It doesn't make sense. That is one of the things people pleasing does, because you will always continue to do it. And because when you start it, you won't be able to stop it. You will continue to do it. So you're not responsible for other people's approval, validation. If you need validation, check inward of yourself. Be your cheerleader. Love yourself enough to see the best in yourself. Don't expect anybody to tell you you are good when you've not told yourself you're good. Don't expect anybody to tell you you are beautiful when you've not actually acknowledged to yourself that you are beautiful. Instead of waiting for somebody to tell you are beautiful, tell yourself you are beautiful. Look yourself in the mirror and see how beautiful you are. You are beautifully and wonderfully made, and you should understand that you don't need to seek approval from anybody before you can be approved. No, they are not your God. No, they are not your God. It is not right. So, I think I'll be stopping here. I'll add one more, but I'll be stopping here because I'm getting a signal now and I need to go attend to something. So I'll be giving you one more thing you are not responsible for. And after that, we will finish this class. The last thing you are not responsible for, you are not responsible for other people's expectations about you. People will always have expectations of you. It is not yours to carry. It is not yours to carry, I tell you. People will always have expectations about you, and it is not yours to carry. The reason why I say this is that you have your own mind, they have their own mind. You have your own mind, they have their own mind. And in one thing, you can never please everybody. I keep saying it, you can't please everybody. It's not everybody you can please. You can try your best and leave the rest, but you can't please everybody. You can't go living your life trying to please everybody. If you try to live your life trying to please everybody, that is the beginning of moving into misery. And you don't want to live a miserable life trying to please everybody. Because today, this person will say you are fat, another person will say you're thin. When if somebody say you're looking ugly today, you take care of yourself, you look beautiful. Another person will see you tomorrow and say you're looking too beautiful and I don't like how you look. You will decide to work on yourself again to bring it down. You are not stable. You are not stable. You are like a puppet. You are being blown around. You are like you are being blown from left to right, from right to left. You don't have a mind of your own. You can't speak out your voice. You can't voice out your own opinion. You can't say what you want to say. So people will always expect everything about you. It is left to you to stand and say, what do I want? Because they don't know your mind and you don't know their mind. So why should you carry their own expectation, their own projection over you? You don't have to carry their own projection over you. But you need to understand that they have their lives to live. They have their goals, they have their ambitions, they have their dreams, they have everything they want to do. You have your goals, you have your ambition, you have your own dreams, you have your passion. Your dreams is not their dreams. Your goals is not their goals. Your ambition is not your ambition. So you don't have to live your life trying to fulfill what they want you to do. Live for what makes you happy. Live for what makes you feel good, not for what makes them good. It is not the best way to live. Most times, I'm going to say this to some parents. Most parents will shift what they expect from of themselves. They will shift it to their children, expecting the children to fulfill their own failed desires. It is wrong. You expect your child to go to college, you expect your child to be a doctor, you expect him to engage in a certain profession. What if the child does not want to be that? Have you ever tried to find out what is the dream of your child? What is the goal of your child? What does your child want to become in life? Have you ever tried to find out? Why should you have to now put your own expectation on that child, believing that that child will become what you want that child to become? What if that child doesn't want to become what you want them to become? Try to find out what they love to do and support them. It is not by shifting your own expectation upon them that you're going to make them happy, but rather you're going to make them miserable. You are going to be happy because they're fulfilling your desires, but they are not going to be happy because they are not able to maximize their own potential. And as a result, they'll be miserable. They will be sad in within, but outside of them, they will have to smile to make you happy. And that's not so good. I have lived like my life like that before, trying to fulfill my parents' expectations, and it didn't work out for me. I know I went to the university to read a certain course, and the course I read, I never liked it. And up to today, I can't work with that course because I don't find joy and fulfillment in it. I don't find joy and fulfillment in it because it's not what I want to do. I was only trying to please my parents, and it's not so good. I couldn't work with it because I don't even love it. I read geology in the university, and I don't love it. Was really boring to me, very, very boring. To some people, it might be exciting, but to me, it was boring. In fact, I just had to I don't know how I was able to actually graduate with that course. I didn't know. But today I'm happy. I'm doing what I love to do. My parents are not going to dictate what I'm going to do for me anymore. I can't live up to their expectations. I have to learn to stop living up to other people's expectations. Most times when people project their expectations upon you, it is what they want to do for themselves, which they find it impossible to do. So they project it to you, expecting you to do it. It is now your own responsibility to say, is this what I want for myself? Or should I do what I want for myself? This is where you need to stand up and say no. Saying no will hurt them, but it's better that way, because you won't be carrying an everybody that is not yours. You won't be carrying it all over you. So you don't have to live up to people's expectations. Always live up to your own expectations. People will always expect so many things from you. Some people will expect you to be quiet. Some people will expect you to be sad, to be happy because of the things that have happened around you. It is not your own to carry. It is not your own to worry about. What they feel about you, what they think about you is their problem, not your problem. What they think, what they feel about you is their problem, not your problem. So you don't have to let somebody's pain, somebody's emotions get projected to you, or somebody's desires get projected to you. You have your own mind. Live for yourself and don't live for other people. So what I'm saying here might look like myself selfish, but it's just the truth. So if you're someone, you are in this kind of shoes, you need to be honest with yourself and start living your life for yourself. Learn to say no to them. Learn to say no to them. Whoever's weight you are actually carrying, it's time to let them go. Because if you don't let them go, you are making them dependent upon you. You are incapacitating them. You are not allowing them to grow. Rather than helping them, you are hurting them. So you need to know the difference between help and solution. You need to know the difference between support and solution, and always learn to say no. Always learn to say no. Please don't displease yourself to please other people. Don't displease yourself to please other people. So this is where I'll be stopping. I have to go now because I have some things I want to do. So I hope you got value for your time. I hope you got value in what I have said so far. If anything I've said so far resonated with you, I want you to leave it in the comment section and tell me what really resonated with you and what you have actually learned from this class today. And also, if you're watching me for the first time, I welcome you to my channel, Flourish and Thrive with CA, where we empower women to heal, thrive, and flourish after a toxic relationship. So help them heal and find happiness in life and in all their endeavors to help them build their self-confidence. So if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get updates when I make a new video. You know, presently for all my viewers, I told you, for all my subscribers, I'm not making new videos right now. It's the old videos that I have that you can still be watching. You can still rewatch them again. What I'm only doing for now is just live session, and it's due to some things that I'm doing right now. I am quite busy right now, and I don't have that time to make the video, and at the same time to sit down with the editing. It's a lot of time wasting for me, so I prefer to do some live videos. So that is what I'll be doing, but very soon, in some few months time, I'll be out of this and I'll be able to to make videos. But for now, you all have to do with live sessions and some shorts that I make, some shorts that I make. So that is what I have talked about today. So guys, I hope you got value for everything I've said so far. Keep on subscribing. Thank you to all the subscribers, and those that are yet to subscribe, if you're watching me, subscribe to my channel. Help me grow, so thank you very much. So thank you, ladies, for watching. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in my next live. Bye.